This class is a must-do if you really want to sculpt your midsection. We will be using the spiral technique, which activates your core muscles in both the outer and the inner core. These core muscles are responsible for moving your body and also stabilizing the body. Let's get to it, shall we? Grounding through the sits bones. Just going to begin to bring the chin to the chest, rolling the head to one side, stretching and loosening up the neck, and then back to the other. Let's take a few more rolls side to side, relaxing the shoulders. Now pulling the shoulders up to the ears, rolling them down the back, just making some circles with those shoulders, warming up the shoulders. Now reverse the circles. Moving into our deep core activation. Engaging the core, you're pressing the belly button into the spine, rounding the back, and then pressing the belly forward and chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're doing this movement through the core, really zipping it up and pulling it in and pressing it forward. Lift the arms, elbows wide. As you squeeze the elbows behind you, you squeeze the shoulder blades. As you bring the hands together, you round the spine. We're going to let those hands rest on the knees and begin our spiral. You're pressing the chest forward, so you're separating the rib cage so that as you lift the ribs, bringing it forward, you're still lifting the ribs, bringing it to the right, pulling that belly in as you round, bringing the ribs to the left and forward again. We're moving clockwise in a big circle. You should really feel your core working. Now reverse the spiral in the opposite direction. Same idea, same technique. You may feel that one side feels a little more awkward than the other. That's completely normal. Inhaling the arms up, interlace the fingers. Send your pointer fingers up to the sky. This is going to raise the heart rate with the arms above the head. You're going to continue spiraling even if it seems awkward and off. Reverse the direction. Notice my sits bones are still and stable, just moving the upper body. Bringing the hands back to the knees. Make sure you're breathing in and out the nose. Inhale the arms up, lengthening the spine, lifting out of the rib cage. That right hand will come to the outside of the left knee. Left hand will be the stabilizer behind you. Spine is long as you continue those spirals. We're really working the core. You should definitely feel that core. Inhale the arms up as you pinwheel other side, left hand to left knee, right hand behind for stabilization. Take your spirals in the opposite direction. A few days of these spirals, you'll definitely notice a difference in your core pretty quickly. Coming back to center, we're just going to bring the hands to the knees and round the spine, chin to chest. Walk the hands out, just let the forehead drop towards the mat. Inhaling back, turning your fingers towards the back of your mat, inside of the wrist facing forward, puff the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Shoulders are back and down, chin up to the ceiling. Don't drop your head back, just keep your neck in line with your spine. As we bring those hands forward, we're planting the hands. You can step or kick back into a plank. We're alternating hips, dropping one hip and the other, so you're on the balls of the feet and toes, just rocking the hips side to side. In this plank position, you want to make sure your back isn't arched, your belly isn't dropping, everything's engaged. Little pulses before settling into your downward facing dog. Back to your plank, cobra. Shoulders over the wrists or hands back even further, lifting the chest, squeezing the glutes to protect that spine. Inhale, lift the chin, roll down. Inhale up, exhale down. Your quads should be activated, top of the feet on the mat. Tuck the toes, press back to your downward facing dog. We're rocking forward and back on the balls of the feet, lifting up, taking it forward. You can have a slight bit of the shoulders coming over the, just past the ribs, but not too far. If this is uncomfortable for you, just keep those wrists right under the shoulders. Pressing back to your downward facing dog. We're going to lift that right leg up to the sky. Use that core again, pull that knee into the chest, and now we're just lifting and lowering that right knee, really pulling the belly in, back of the spine, middle of the back up to the ceiling. Back to your three-leg dog. Bring that right foot forward, stepping forward, coming into our warrior one. Back foot should be on a 45-degree. Make sure all the toes, including the pinky toe, are on the mat. You should have about a heel arch alignment here. Taking little pulses, make sure the knee doesn't go past the toes. Sweeping that left arm down towards the ground and back. Keep breathing. Sweep the arm. Hold it here, sink it a little deeper as we come to our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Think of a tug of war lifting out of the rib cage again, as if you've got two people and they're each pulling your arm one at a time. Now moving into Trikonasana. You're bending your body sideways to the right palm near the right ankle, or use a block for support. You're stretching the left arm up, keeping it in line with the right shoulder, extending the trunk, gazing towards that left thumb. With a strong core, back to your Warrior 2 position with straight legs. We're pivoting on the ball of the foot. Moving into Warrior 1 on the other side. Right foot behind you on a 45, pinky toes down. Sweep the arm down and up. Keep breathing. Little pulse, maybe feeling that quad muscle fire. Warrior 1 to Warrior 2, pressing the arms away from each other, lifting up through the rib cage. We're doing that tug of war, forward and back. Notice my hips are staying in place. It's just my upper body, just lifting up that rib cage and moving the rib cage forward and back. Trikonasana on the other side. Hand comes to the ankle, the floor, or a block. Gaze looks up towards that right thumb. Quad muscles activated. Strong core to Warrior 2. Pinwheel that right arm forward as you pivot on the back foot. Reaching to the mat, step or hop back to your downward facing dog. Rise up and forward. Press it back to the heels. Bring that chest as far down as you can bring it, as if you're trying to bring it to your toes. Now left knee to chest. Up and down. Using the core, middle of the back pulls up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Kick it to your three-leg dog. We're going to open and stack the hip. And then step that left foot forward, coming into Malasana. Your heels are about the edge of your mat, toes are turned out, chest is lifted, palms come together. As you're pressing the hands together, you're pressing down so that you feel that stretch in the wrists. Elbows can be used to press against the inner thighs to deepen the stretch and open the hips even further. Taking little pulses here. Make sure you keep that strong core. You're activating the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, as you pulse up and down, taking your time, working your way all the way up to stand. We'll turn the toes forward, inhale to Tadasana, stepping the feet together, exhale, another big inhale, slight bend of the knees, reaching the arms up, And as you swan dive forward, micro bend of the knees, plant the hands under the shoulders, strong core, step or hop back, chaturanga. Press back to your downward facing dog. If the chaturangas are too much, just feel free to stay in your downward facing dog. It is a resting pose. If you need the rest, please take it. Right leg lifts high, opening, stacking that hip, bend the knee, staying here, or maybe choosing to flip your dog if this is in your practice. Hips are pressing up to the ceiling, reaching that opposite arm away from you. Flip it back over, thread that right leg through underneath the body, and extend that left arm. Square back off, right leg up to the ceiling, three-leg dog. Knee comes to chest, and we press it back, extending. Bringing the feet together, just rocking the hips side to side. Nice little stretch in our resting pose. Now left leg lifts to the ceiling. We open the hip, stacking the hip here, pressing back, bending the knee, staying here, or maybe flipping your dog, pressing those hip bones up to the ceiling, reaching that arm away from you. Keep the head heavy, neck relaxed, and thread that leg through, open up the other side, opening up the chest, the pecs. Hands meet, kick that left leg back up, join the feet. Moving into Ekapada Rajakapotasana or pigeon pose, we're bringing that right foot forward. Front of the left thigh, shin, ankle, and top of that left foot should be down towards the ground. This should be giving you a stretch in your outer hip without giving you any strain or discomfort in your knee. Think of scissoring your hips together by drawing your legs in towards each other. As you inhale, come into your fingertips, lengthen your spine, draw your navel in, and open your chest. As you begin to slowly walk the hands backwards, you can stop on the forearms. You could even be on the forearms through the entire pose if that's better for you. Moving into Gomukhasana, we're bringing that left leg up and over the right leg. Feet are to the outside of your hips. Ground through your sitting bones. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, stretch your arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Bring the right arm underneath the left arm if you're going for this little bind. Pressing the palms towards each other, lifting the arms, really feeling that stretch in the outer shoulder and triceps. We're going to do a little switcheroo here into a wide leg face down dog. And then stepping back, we're going to bring that left leg through, coming into our Ekapada on the other side. Remember, you can stay on your forearms. Same alignment applies here as the other side. Or walking your hands out, scissoring the legs towards each other, keeping the foot flexed to protect the knee, and breathing here into this deep hip stretch. Taking your time, walking your hands back. Going into Gomukhasana on the other side. Right leg swings over. Knees are, we're attempting to bring the knees as close to the center as possible. Heels are near the hip bones. This time bringing the left arm underneath the right. Maybe taking a little lean back and dropping forward. If this is too much, you can avoid the arms or just keep your hands by your sides. This is a nice deep, deep hip stretch. Right arm comes over, left leg comes out as we come to a wide leg stance, heels a little out further than the toes. Head is just dropping here. Head is heavy, neck is relaxed. Press up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Stay just like this in this pose. If you wish to take this opportunity to do an inversion, feel free to do any inversion you choose. I'm just going to play around here, bringing my knees to my triceps. This is your freedom of expression here. If you've not tried this before, I suggest doing it against a wall. Maybe coming back to a little version of crow here, just to rest before bringing the feet to the floor. Pressing through the arms a little bit strong here as we come to our easy seated position. Inhale the arms up to the sky as we bring those palms together. We'll bring our hands to our heart. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Be proud of yourself for showing up.